Our most special and honored and valued guest, who is Roland G. Downing. But first I want to say just a few words and welcome everyone to the Whaling Museum. The first observation that I want to make is that we are here in our historic district, which is one of the United States' major historic district from the standpoint of the fight for freedom, as well as the just very first growth of commerce. We are standing in the birthplace of modern America. The advantage we have today is we're in the middle of a holiday week on our way to a school vacation, celebrating Patriots Day with Good Friday yesterday, Holy Saturday today, Passover going on this past week, Easter tomorrow, and then Patriots Day on Monday. And we are lucky enough to have SAR here, Sons of the American Revolution here, celebrating Patriots Day with us today. We also, though, must acknowledge that while we have an opportunity to learn about history today and see, as every school child in our city will over the next several weeks, as this great event is broadcast, as I was telling the President, this great event will be broadcast over and over and over again on our two and perhaps three networks that we have for the city. The school children will see the dramatic uniforms. They'll learn about the Buffalo Soldiers. They'll learn about the American Revolution and our place in it, as we this morning toured just a very few places that New Bedford was involved. So I take this opportunity to thank you very much for coming and sharing this history with us. The other thing that I want to mention very quickly are the sponsors, and I like General Battles indicated, get a morning email from Eddie Johnson. I look at it and I think to myself, where does he get the time to send these emails each day? But he is a source of information and advice. The Parting Ways Project Committee, I want to thank very, very much. Well, Wayne Barboza, your remarks were far more eloquent than I could ever express them, and we appreciate very much you being here with us today. The New Bedford Whaling Museum, again, for donating their staff, their space, and the great museum at our disposal. Good Friday yesterday, Holy Saturday today, Passover going on this past week.
All right, how about now? Thank you very much. I've been looking for, well, first, I appreciate the kind introduction, Mayor Lang and President Manning, and also the Director Bringdall, and officers and men from Parting Ways, Eddie Johnson and Mr. Barboza. Ever since I heard that we were going to have a joint effort between the Massachusetts Society, Sons of the American Revolution, and Parting Ways Project, and the City of New Bedford, and the Whaling Museum, it's been an exciting event for me. And the reason for that is, normally when I'm giving speeches, it's like singing to the choir, because I'm talking to an SAR, Sons of the American Revolution audience. However, in this case, I have in front of me a motivated general audience, and it's quite a thrill. And I thank you for giving me the opportunity to be here, and I hope you still feel that way in 10 minutes from now. Later, we have these genealogical requirements to get in the organization, where you have to prove with third-party documentation that father, son, and so forth, mother, son, and so forth. They might have scrutinized it and found some flaw and cited that flaw as the reason. Now, we have studied every historical document we could find, including Du Bois's extensive papers, the 90 93 reels of microfilm. And we are unable to determine the real cause for such a short membership period. The point of all this is to provide background for an announcement. This week, the Executive Committee of the Sons of the American Revolution passed this resolution. Resolved that the National Society, Sons of the American Revolution, place Du Bois's original application back in our files, overturning the action of the Registrar General in 1908, and thereby establishing Patriot Tom Burkhardt as a patriot in the American Revolution. The purpose of this special act is to honor Patriot Tom Burkhardt. Now, I would like to introduce to you compatriot Joe Dooley of Fall Church, Virginia. Joe, would you come forward, please? He's the chairman of one of our committees. And Joe, would you please come forward here and take the podium? And would you please tell us about your committee and Tom Burkhardt?
Thank you, Roland. I'll get there in a minute. Do we have any accountants in the room? I figured all the accountants would be busy doing somebody's taxes today. The reason I mention accountants is because accountants crunch numbers in such a way that it helps us understand things. Now, according to some sources, over 5,000 black Americans fought in our revolution. 5,000. Now, according to some sources, Washington's army in its aggregate over the 8 years of the revolution was only about 50,000. So what does that mean? That means about 10% of Washington's army was black. 10% of the army that secured American independence was black. I think that at least 10% of the SAR should be black. So in anticipation of Roland becoming President General, I asked him, would you consider, when you become President General, forming a committee to elevate awareness of black, Indian, and women patriots? And I'm very happy to say that Roland did just that, and he named me chairman. Bill Clotworthy, sitting right there, is our vice chairman. I'm happy to tell you that during the time that I've been chairman of this committee, I have sponsored for membership in the SAR 5 black men whose patriot ancestors were also black, and Roland swore them in. Those 5 men and their the patriot ancestors of those men, they were black, but they were free black. The significance of Tom Burkhardt is that he was a slave. He was a slave who, as a result of his service in our revolution, secured his freedom. And I think that there's very few things about our revolution that are as profound as a slave being granted his freedom because he fought for all of us. Now, Roland and I conspired on a surprise for Jack Manning and Bill Battles. And I'd like to take this moment to commend both Jack and Bill for breathing such new life into the Massachusetts society and making it one of the most vibrant state societies in the National Society. But Roland just mentioned restoring W.E.DuBois' application, and he asked me to sort of supplement the research of the original application and prepare an enhanced version. So I've got a copy of that here. And our applications require the signatures of 2 sponsors, a first-line sponsor and a second-line sponsor. I'd like Jack Manning and Bill Battles to come forward to sign as the sponsors of W.E.DuBois.
Roland, thank you very much. And you.
What? What?
Joe Bill. Jack, yeah.
I think it's right.
I just wanted to read what was on it.
Don't deal with pen later.
Yeah, that's right.
Why did you get first sponsor?
Because he's the president, that's why.
He's always doing this to me.
Rank has its privileges.
Can't see my name.
Now don't go away. Neither of you. The Sons of the American Revolution, when you join, you get this nice little 8.5 by 11 piece of paper that serves as your member certificate. But for a fee, you can buy a special collector member certificate. Well, Roland and I conspired, and we have a special member certificate for W.E.